my fellow comic book collectors, it's Alan, the Comic Collector Geek, and this is the finale. This is the big one where I'm going to show some pretty cool books and a major grail. It is a major grail. Easiest way to say it. It is a major grail. Going to be revealed in this video. I hope you enjoy. I hope you also realize that this is a big book as much as I do. I think it's a pretty major book. It took me a while to get. I had to make like several payments, like many payments to pay it off to buy. That's the only way I can afford some of these bigger books. But let's get into it. I'm going to show you some pretty cool books. I hope you enjoy. The first one is a Mighty Midget comic. This is Ibis the Invincible. This is Mighty Midget Comics number 11 from 1942. And I'll show you it. I've been trying to get the complete series of these Mighty Midget comics. You can see it. I'll show you the back. Some of them have like just a blank cover. This one actually has the Bly War stamps on it. But it's just a cool little mini comic. This is part of the Fawcett Features, Fawcett Comics. And other titles within this set of Mighty Midget comics included Bullet Man, Golden Arrow, Spy Smasher, Ibis the Invincible, Captain Marvel Jr. as well. So I have all of those now. So I got the complete collection now. So I just figured I'd show that one. That's the first book. Okay, I just want to make sure. Oh, this next one is really cool. A very big book as well. Not quite a grail, but definitely a very cool book. One of the more interesting books from Lee Gleason. Now, Lee Gleason was a publication that produced boy comics, but it also produced a title called Daredevil. So the original Daredevil was a Lee Gleason character. And this is one of the more sought-after covers from that title. And it's Daredevil number 10, or 11, number 11. And it's just a crazy cover. That's what's going for it. So the situation is you got, it looks like, I'm not sure if they're in some kind of dungeon. It looks like a dungeon. And you got this Quasimodo-like character. And in his hand, right here, I'm not sure if you can see that. In his hand, he's got a feather. And he's literally got this girl in the red dress. Of course, she's wearing red. She's like freaking out. And then she's being tickled on her feet. It's just such a weird cover. And he's doing it in the most delicate of ways. It's like so funny. Just a crazy cover. And then you got all these people in cages behind them. See all the people in cages? Just a really weird cover. And then on the back, you can see that they're out advertising boy comics. And the main bad guy is Ironjaw. So this is Daredevil number 11. And it says, also, play Slap the Jap, which is another thing that makes this extra special book. Classic bondage torture cover. Electrocution and hanging panels. Claw backup story. And it's a Charles Biro cover. So this is just a really interesting one. Crazy cover. Probably one of the most sought after covers in the run. And this was from 1942. And the cool thing about this, actually I got it for a really great price. There was actually one that I was bidding on that was restored. And it actually sold for more than what I paid for this one that was unrestored. I won this in auction. I was like, oh man, I won. I was like so excited. I didn't think I'd win. I thought somebody was going to throw a crazy bid at the end, but I managed to win. I was like so excited. I put a crazy bid just to make sure that I would win. But it went far below what I expected. So I was quite happy. So this is Daredevil number 11. Really awesome cover. Okay. Next one things in a case that's sticking to the comic. Okay. The next one is a really great Bill Ward cover. This is Flaming Love #1. Always loved Bill Ward's art. He was the one that created Torchy, and his art is just amazing. So this is from Quality Comics 1949. And it's a reasonably high grade, just a really nice presenting book. It doesn't actually say that it is Bill Ward, but it is Bill Ward art. It's just beautiful cover. I'll show you the back as well. Some new football thing. Electric football. It's just a really beautiful cover. One of the things that you can do to figure out who the artist is each artist has their own art style. And Bill Ward, one of the things that you'll notice with his style is the way he does these fine lines. You'll notice it in the dress and in the hair especially. That's a real telltale sign that it is Bill Ward art. What does it say? I saw the soul shearing passion in the eyes of my beloved as he took the temptress I feared in his arms. It's very interesting. So, just a cool cover. And I really like Bill Ward's art, so definitely enjoy that one. Okay, we got 3 more books to show. This next one is something that I really do love collecting, is infinity covers. And this one I saw and I thought, oh wow, that's kind of a cool infinity cover. And the price was right. It was about $100. I thought it was a good price for a Golden Age infinity cover and graded copy and reasonable grade. So this is From Here to Insanity, #8, which is actually #1. It was previously called something else. I think it was called Panic before, and then it became From Here to Insanity. So yeah, just a cool infinity cover. And you can see the infinity is actually interesting because they each are doing an infinity. So he's reading the comic and she's reading the comic. So you got double infinity on this cover. And they look like they're both going insane as a result. So this is From Here to Insanity #8, which is really #1. And it is Fred Ottenheimer cover. And just a really great infinity cover. I love the infinity covers. I have a huge amount of infinity covers in my collection because it's something I just really enjoy, and I enjoy when they do it in different ways. This one is cool because it is the double infinity cover. It doesn't do a really great job of the infinity in my opinion though. One issue that I have, and I'll show it again. Actually, I might have to take it out of the bag again. Here, I'll take it out of the bag again. One issue that I have with this infinity cover, and I do love it still, but is they don't have the multiple infinities really shown. So you see, they don't show that the comic that they're reading in the infinity part is the same comic as they are. It should be, but they were being lazy. They just made it white rather than actually showing the infinity properly. But other than that, it's a really great infinity cover. Okay. Just gotta remove all this tape. Okay. Okay, so that's that one. And we got 2 more. And they're both big books. These are both pretty major books. This one is major by itself, but the next one's even, it just goes that next level. But this one is a major book. Definitely one of my favorite covers from L.B. Cole. This is Catman Comics #31. It's the winter snowy cover, or it looks like snow, and you got all these wolves around Catman, and you got Kitten, and it looks like she's in really bad shape. Now, one of the things that I think about when I think of this cover is I think of Crisis on Infinite Earths. where you have Superman and he's holding Supergirl in his arms. Or I think of the cover with Batman and holding Robin. Now this is earlier than both of those, but it's the same kind of trope of the hero holding his sidekick in his arms, and it looks like the sidekick is dead. So definitely a really cool cover. Just a really great LB Cole cover. I really love it. So Dr. Macabre appearance, hypodermic needle drug story as well. LB Cole cover. So yeah, this is from 1946. So Catman number 31. Really great title. I mean, there's so many amazing covers and fun stories inside. So just a really great title. Catman number 31. Okay, so those are all the non-Grail books, believe it or not. Now we're getting into the Grail. This is the Grail book. This is a book that I actually feel a little bit guilty about, and I'll explain why. My friend Steven, he actually was offered not this copy, but a different copy of this book. And the guy wanted, I think it was like 30 or 40,000. It was some insane price. But I looked at it in terms of was it a good price? And I said, probably 20 would have been a fair price for the grade, but not 30, not where the guy was at. And I said, counter him at that price, or, and if he doesn't come to that reasonable price, then it's probably one that you can find later and maybe pick up. So I felt guilty that I gave him that advice and he missed out on that book. However, when the book came up in a lower grade on my comic shop, I thought, hey, I really want this book myself. I've always wanted this book. This is one of those ones that I've seen when I was like, when I first see this book. I think I've seen it from the 90s, and I just thought it was a classic, almost horror-like cover, but it's not a horror book. It's got horror elements to it, but it's not a horror book. It is a superhero book, but it has almost that pre-code horror feel to it. Just an insane book. Now, it is the first appearance of a major character, and it's All-American Comics number 61. This is the first appearance of Solomon Grundy. And I actually learned a lot about Solomon Grundy. I read the story. He's born on a Monday, and then it's like the story kind of falls. He murdered on a Tuesday or something. It's like some weird, crazy story. Now, it's a nursery rhyme that existed before this character did. But his story is that he was like a criminal. He sort of went into the swamp and died, got killed, whatever. He died in the swamp, and then he came back to life on a Monday. And because he came back to life on a Monday, some criminals that he sort of encountered that were kind of hanging out in this swamp, they kind of called him Solomon Grundy because of the poem. And I think the poem is like from the 1800s or something. It's a fairly old poem, and that's how he got his name. So, but he finds out that he's kind of immortal. He's like zombie-like, and he uses that to create his own little band of villains, and he starts robbing banks and stuff like that. And it's just a very interesting story. So this is All-American Comics number 61 from 1944. Is the origin and first appearance of Solomon Grundy. It features Paul Renan, cover and art. Just a beautiful, and this one I really do like because it does present really well. Now, what is wrong with it that it gets the 2.5? It is a 2.5. A couple things. Somebody colored in the A. That is really annoying. But the image of Solomon Grundy right here is quite nice. It's very beautiful the way he's coming out of the ground. I just love the pre-code horror elements to it, and you got the moon with the bats flying by it. I just really love the classic horror elements to it. And then on the back, you got Baby Ruth. I don't know. It's such a contrast. But yeah, definitely a beautiful book. I just love this one. Now, obviously, it's got some damage. You can see. I mean, it is a 2.5, so you'd expect some damage. A little piece out there. But the image itself is quite strong. The colors are strong, and just really, really presents well. Really, really like it. I'm so happy to get it. Just Green Lantern in the Fighters Never Quit. So just a really cool Solomon Grundy cover and first appearance. I like it when the character, when their first appearance is in a book where they are on the cover. I do like that. So I'm glad that, you know, with him, he's on the cover of his first appearance. And he's a character that actually they didn't really utilize him very much in the Golden Age. But he came back in the more modern times, and he's used quite a lot. Just a really classic character. I really, really love this book. Super happy. This is one of my grails in my collection now. So one of my bigger books. I'd say this is in my top 20 of maybe top 20, maybe top 30 books in my collection. So just a big, big book. I think it was $9,600 for this or something like that. So it was quite expensive. I think there's probably, I might have slightly overpaid on it, but I was definitely happy to get it. And the thing is, with my comic shop, they allow you to do payments. So I was doing like, I'd make payments every month for it, and I gradually paid it off. So I was quite happy. So just, wow, such a great book. It's hard to believe that I actually own this book. It's so insane, actually. It's really a big deal to me. I just really like it. Yeah, really cool. Such a great book. Okay, so that has been the finale. I hope you enjoyed it. Which book did you like the best? Put it in the comments below. And thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this series. If you haven't watched, there's some pretty cool stuff in the earlier episodes. Watch them. There's some really cool things that you just don't see that often. I've been pretty lucky about finding some pretty cool rare books. So thanks again for watching. Bye for now.